YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Timberborn, Strategy and Tactics, episode 25. So, in our last episode, we broke ground on a few new of our things here. Some of the new items that we added with our experimental patch, or well, rather, will be adding. I also advanced time a little bit because I realized I wanted to grab a thumbnail image, so we have a trapper shack here, that I didn't place in the last episode, but that's where I wanted to place it. So there we go. The Trapper Shack is ready to rock and roll, and it is going to be prioritizing the harvesting of maple syrup. Now, as you can see, these fully grown trees are slowly gaining maple syrup here. So that will take care of that. Now, let's plan things out here as far as our maple syrup goes. So the maple pastries combined with our bread in the oven to make maple pastry. So once we get we already have the wheat flour. So once we get the maple syrup, we can get that going and kind of have that be part of our mainstay here. Maybe make this bakery the maple pastry bakery. In which case, we probably want to have maple pastries, and more importantly, maple syrup gets stored in this large warehouse. So that way we have a place for all of that. And yeah, definitely want the maple pastries in here. What was the normal thing that I was meant to be storing in here? It's been a while since I've actually looked at this one. Bread. This was supposed to be a bread storehouse. And it can still be a bread storehouse. That's fine. I will take these off, though, just so we don't get them messed up in there while we were waiting for our other things. Pine resin's another one that we want, but not in this one. Excellent. Oh yeah, one other thing that I was looking at here. So one bit of leisure, plan here was to give ourselves a temple. That's a whole need that we could fulfill here, and we're more than in a good position to fulfill it. So why don't we just buy the temple here and place it down? That way our beavers can get another item of theirs fulfilled, and we'll be in good shape. Now, as far as where to put this thing, I mean, it is a bit of a hefty beast here. But I think right here would probably be the smart answer. It's pretty... Well, I'd be lying if I said if it was centrally located. It really isn't. An alternative would be something like right here, but then we'd have to dynamite some of that to get the flat ground. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is absolutely a tough one. We could clear out a bunch of the berry bushes and put it like right here. That actually might be the smarter move, ultimately speaking. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to mark resources for demolition. And there we go. That should clear it out, and then we'll get that thing built. We still have a lot of other building projects, and I'm not going to keep messing with the priority here. We do need, our beavers to do stuff and work on some of the existing projects before we task them with other new ones. We still have the bottleneck of the planks, although we did get 2 more of these, so I don't think it will be quite as nasty of a bottleneck as they used to be. What do you got here? Yeah, you're not full. You're full. I was about to say. And yeah, we do want them to finish this pathway so that we get an easy trip across the pond here, as it were. All of our manual beaver power is still working pretty well, and yeah, I have them cutting these down without them being replanted. What I can do, however, is plant our new chestnut trees, because that is what I had in mind for this whole area was chestnut trees. Let's see where does the forester go out to. So this whole little area out here is where we want to chestnut tree it up. So that way at least our forester can go out and do something here. And then once all these grow up and then get cut down, the chestnut trees will be replacing them up there as well. And yeah, this will be a slow process here. But, hey, an extra continuous input of logs, and obviously things are wanting the logs, otherwise this thing wouldn't stick around quite so aggressively. Oh yeah, this little area that we cleared out earlier finally actually got cleared out. So we can pull this down here and get ourselves 2 more lumberjacks, so that we can increase the speed at which our trees are felled and our wood piles are restored here. Because we're getting kind of low on wood, actually. We have a lot of... We were actually able to burn through a lot of the wood that we were working on here. So, yeah, we need the extra logs, to say the least. Okay, this got all cleared up, which also means we want our temple to go right here, which is also going to be very costly in terms of logs and planks. I'm going to place it, I'm not going to like hyper prioritize it, because we still want them working on the other stuff, but it'll be nice. Here, I'll do a singleton prioritization, but anything else that is super high priority will get priority over that. Alright, looks like we have our pathway over here, so that, now our beavers can get from point A to point B a lot faster. And we're getting quite a few planks here. I mean, they're increasing quite quickly. We're using them as fast as we're producing them, granted, but that's still not too bad. And with a couple extra lumberjacks here, I think we'll be in good shape. And yeah, we have a couple people die of old age, so we're actually at 0 unemployed. Huzzah! Got this whole area nice and replanted. I might throw down another farmer's hut over here just to help. Once the week goes live anyway. The other thing we might do... I mean, we already have a dedicated storage for wheat flour. Yeah, I'm waiting for this area to, because this is becoming our pine area. It's too bad that they were not going to be harvesting pine starch. It's pine resin. That's the new material. What do we got here? Oh wow, you're almost done. Just a couple more planks and you're all set. And what I think I might do now that we have this temple, our beavers actually need a little time to actually be able to see this or do this. So I'm actually going to cut down the working hours by an hour, just to give them some time to visit the temple on their off times, because otherwise they won't have time to go there and get their spirituality up. And of course, you know what the beavers of Dam are going to be worshipping at the temple? The god Dam. The most holy of water keeping things, the god Dam. So now we can get that, and they can get their spirituality done. Now let me see, what does the spirituality do for them? What? What you oh, it's a child. It doesn't do anything for youngins. Working speed plus 30. There we go. That's about to say. It's like the temple. I know the temple does something. Makes them work harder. Just not the kids, but that's okay. All right, we got our bush built here, so we can get our relaxation on. Got a bunch of beavers growing up, filling in any needs on there. Yeah, we're finally actually taking a bite out of this massive forest now that we actually have some appreciable amounts of lumberjacks. And like that, we have 8 unemployed, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That means we have flexibility in what we're doing. We may want another hauling post. I know we already have 20 of these, but with all these different materials being brought from point A to point B, more hauling posts may be needed to keep things in line here. All right, with those extra 2 bakeries built, all of our flour is getting consumed here. Which is good, because that means we have bread, but that's also kind of bad in that we don't have some of these. Also, we need more space for carrots. We are flush with potatoes, but we need more carrots. Just to keep everyone's diets nice and rounded. What I think I'll do is I think I'm going to carrotify this area right here. We're going to rip you all up and turn you into carrots. Since we already ripped up the things over there, that should be fine. Now, one other thing that we could look at here is our next tier of monument, the Flame of Progress. 400 planks and 3,000 research. But that's not too bad. How big is this thing anyway? It's a 2x2. And then the tribute requires gears, metal, 400, and also 600 horsepower in just direct power. So that is like ultralight game. But the Flame of Progress something can be done with that. And actually, this might be a good place for it. But no, that would be foolish given our current demand for planks anyway. They'll never finish this middle island here, and we already still have tons of homeless beavers, so let's let them finish this area first before we start going nuts. I think our other next thing that we need to do here is get some more plank production, but also get some more of these, our food, our grist mills here. Also, yeah, we are looking at there are aquatic farmhouses to look into here. And we can certainly dedicate a part of our thing with this. Now, the one thing I don't know is how deep can these go? Or how deep should these go? I kind of actually want to do my aquatic farming up here, but I also want to deepen the water level by 1. Because that way it'll be a little bit easier and more consistent when our things... So yeah, you know what? I'm going to hold off on aquatic farming until we get to that. But until then, I think we're in good shape. And right then, grist mill. We want more grist mills. We could do another... Oh, we're down to 19 logs. Is this thing really, like, just completely devouring our stuff? Because, I mean, we've got the trees available to be cut. Honestly, we might just need more lumberjacks. At the end of the day here, that might be the thing that we need more of. So we'll get more lumberjacks. At least you can get this area over here. Yeah, that's all filled up here. We've got our other things of food too. So that way our guys can get a little snack. Although they do still seem to run wherever the heck they want to run. All right, they're cleaning up this area so we can get this area converted over to carrot. Because with our Potatopia, we've got more than enough potatoes coming in there that we could use the carrots up top here. We could also use another farmhouse just in general to harvest these up, because some of these potatoes are not getting harvested up in time. We could probably use like something like that and then put the farmhouse over here. That actually might be the smart move here, because then we'll have another whole farmer to grab this area. And yeah, with it high priority, they'll get that done much sooner. Boom, boom. Got you there. And now we just need to wait for 25 logs, which is apparently something that we need. Did I not mark these for cutting down? I didn't. No wonder they're not trimming these. Wow, how long has it been like that? No wonder these trees aren't being touched. It's about to say, like, guys, there's so many trees. How are you not keeping up? Because I didn't tell you to cut them down. Silly, silly me. Now that should help our wood income situation. Now that all of our new lumberjacks are actually having some trees to gnaw on. Alright, this area is still getting cleared up. That's fine. This area, again, I'm waiting for the wet season before I blow it all up, because I don't want a tidal wave to accidentally spill out water. Although, I mean, our stuff is going down. All right, our river just dried up. And this, my friends, is precisely why I wanted to blast a level down for here. Because with the droughts getting as long as they are, even though we're not pumping or losing water anywhere else, this whole area goes dry when partway through these droughts, and that's not good. That's not good for anyone involved, because now we can't really do our carrots. We can rip up these things, but we can't plant the carrots until the wet season comes back. Not that we're in imminent danger of running out of food, but if it wasn't for Potatopia, I think we'd be in a bad shape here. Because we are snarfing down the bread, we're snarfing down the carrots. The grist mills are once again the bottleneck here. Do I need another? I think I might need another lumberjack here. Just to help clear this area, even though they're temporary, because I ultimately want these areas for chestnuts. You know, these will stay here until we replant them. I guess we can start planting for chestnuts here. Get our forester busy at least. Oof. Yeah, you guys got to harvest that wheat, because the water levels are going down. Now I think we can safely blow this up, because our beavers aren't really doing anything here. We're not going to have a tidal wave because there's no longer the water. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can lower this further down. That works out. We're going to want to render these a little bit deeper. Because ultimately we want to get these blasted further down. But again, blasting that slightly deeper won't really help us out until We'll get that farmer up there. Because at least this area will stay hydrated because of our well down here. Which is quite important. Our water level's handling fine. It's getting harder to tell where we are with the Blue Lagoon. All right, we're at 1 1/3 with 7.4 days. I'm cautiously optimistic about our ability to hold that, even if the lagoon does technically run dry after a while. Wow, that's bad placement right there. This pump needs to go. It's not even very effective in terms of its depth here. These three I'm obviously not going to be deleting because, well, they're full of water, and that would be stupidly suicidal at this stage of the game with where we are with our drought. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not building another engine until we get our wood income all the way back up where it's supposed to be. All right, at least our housing is getting built. We're down to 3 homeless, but this place is about to get built here. So at the very least, we're going to get these things online. And I mean, that's kind of the reason why our log levels aren't recovering, is because we have this massive open and ongoing project that's soaking up all of this material as soon as we can get it produced. So that's, I mean, that's kind of the reason why we're getting the logs. That's why we want the logs. Yeah, you prioritize planting and then harvest up as you go. And that way we get more of these on here. So these are getting built up here, but that's, yeah. Now we have our nice little housing block here, or rather not so little, our central location here. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to get some beaver wheels going. Since we have spare beavers, I think that's the smarter way to go about doing this, is with beaver wheels. Well, yeah, that'll work out. Yeah, two beaver wheels. See, it's infuriating because the grist mill uses 60 horsepower. So it's not quite as effective. I mean, I guess the other thing we could do... No, I kind of want this to be our beaver power, beaver central here. Yeah, if we do something like this, and then that's actually kind of perfect. So we're going to be a little short on horsepower with this setup. But it actually will still operate if you have less than the full allotment. It'll just be slightly less efficient. But I think this would be a valuable use of our space, as it were. So these two go here. And then you do one for there, and then these two transfer power to each other. And then, yeah, those things get priority, and then everything else gets built when it gets built. And that'll give us some more flower production that we desperately need. Now, one of the things that we can do here is, I mean, I'm not going to be going with my same rooftop supply method, like the exact same build, but the build in spirit certainly would help. And we do want to get a lot more water tanks for the, for the main part of this. I think, yeah, if we do something like that, something like that, and then we can step it down. And then get some stairs, and then get some stairs. Although that seems less than ideal, because we have one path up here that could technically service the whole place. So maybe that's not the smartest place to put this. What if we did something like this? We take out the large water tank here. What if we move you over here? Yeah, and that way we can sneak the road around. That actually makes that a little bit more sensible. 1, 2, and then we just roll it down by one over here. Get the stairway, stairway, path, 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 path. And then that allows us to continue the path along here and put other stuff. I'm going to just start this at this, but yeah, an extra thing of water up here would be fantastic. And actually, maybe an extra thing of food via a large warehouse. Yeah, a large warehouse right here and then a small warehouse over there, not a bad idea. Now that does kind of leave this area, but that's okay because we can do our little bridge trick and then just have the runners be over here. And we can put a little something something over here. What we're going to put over here, I have no clue. But let's just lay this down. Small warehouse over here. We can make the large warehouse be all the different types of food, and then this warehouse we could make be books or something. Oh, hey, we're starting to get our maple in. Excellent. Okay, so in that case, I think it's maple pastry time. So you will be making me maple pastries. The other two will still keep churning out bread. See, one other thing I'm worried about is this natural forest dying from the lack of water here. Just because this is going to be so dry for so long. All right, good. They're starting to put the dynamite up here. Let's pop these while we're here, since this area is dry anyway. Boom. No beavers were harmed in the blowing up of this area. I did say to cut that, yeah? Okay, good. They are making an actual dent in this forest, so good on them for that. Man, the lagoon is getting low. I think we're down to our last tier in the main lagoon, and this one goes, I think, a little bit deeper. So yeah, but we're hanging on. We got 5.4 days left of this drought. Oh yeah, current grist mill, wheat flour, please. Wheat flour, please. And our log supply is starting to recover. It's got some semblance of that. We've got actually a good bank of gears in storage, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, no homeless here. We're pretty close to our housing cap, honestly speaking. This might be a spot for more housing, as crazy as that may be. Not a barrack, because that's the wrong dimensions. Maybe like a pair of row houses? Nah, we can do better than that, though. Actually, can we do another water tank up here? Like a big one? Yes, we can! Holy crap, that is like the perfect fit for that thing? We can do another water tank. I will not begrudge extra water storage up top here. We could get another like set of water pumps going here to help keep these things all full. Since we ripped up that other one, this would certainly help us out. Alright, we got enough to keep the beavers nice and busy. And yeah, the other reason I put this here is so that they could be next to where our wheat farm is, so that they can churn out their flour more quickly. The one thing that we should probably give them, and we can do this quite easily by, say right here. Actually, we can just plant it on the dead stuff, since that doesn't seem to block placement, is give them their... give them a place to hold, we can give it like 50% wheat and 50% flour, so that they can drop this off easily. I mean, they have a decent internal storage for wheat, so actually this would probably be better suited for flour. So we'll say none. Oh, what the hey, we'll do a little wheat, we'll do a little flour. We'll do a 50-50 mix of these two. And that'll give our carriers the ability, give them some time to pick this up and move it around to where it needs to be. There we go. And that way we keep our beavers in here working busily. Still have 5 unemployed. If we get another glut of unemployeds, I think I'll employ some of another transporter hut. These guys are just slowly picking away at these. But I mean, we need that many lumberjacks to keep at them. We are getting a nice supply of the maple. So we got that item on here. 4.2 days. I'm going to lay down the plans for carrots here so I don't forget about them when the wet season comes about. Because I know myself, and I know I would forget about them. So even though our farmers can't go around and plant them right this second, they will the moment the water returns. Alright, they got that one built. And they should be building some of the others here too. They got that one built. So this thing, what do we want out of here? We can make this... We can make this the all potatoes one. Because, or not potatoes. We don't want the potatoes. We want grilled potatoes. Oops. Because we have so many grilled potatoes, we might as well have something that we have too much of, you know, a storage of. And looks like we have our pastries. We're starting to get our first batch of pastries, and they're immediately getting eaten. Understandably, I mean, maple pastries. I'm on board. Still would have preferred them to be pancakes or flapjacks or waffles. But I will, you know, maple pastries, them's good eats. All right, 3.6 days. Yeah, now pretty much the only things alive and left here are... being watered by artificial means, plus the remainder of the Blue Lagoon. I'm glad I patched that hole, and I'm glad you guys pointed that out to me. Otherwise, we'd be in a bit of a spot right now. We are still in a little bit of a spot here as well. With our food situation, but I'm thinking the carrots will help resolve that once we get them planted and growing again. Up to, all right, triple digits in our lumber. Honestly, I'm just running the clock until we can get to our wet season. In fact, I think what I might do is end the episode here, and then when we meet back up again, we will be at the wet season, unless something like catastrophic happens, which I don't think it will. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!